Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Project call. It is the first meeting of March. I would like to start off by welcoming our Mozilla onboarding cohort to the meeting. I'm sure you all will have an informative and enjoyable week. Let's give them a warm welcome, everyone. Next, we'll move on to Friends of Mozilla. The Tech Speakers crew would like to give a big thanks to all the tech speakers who presented workshops as part of the Global Diversity CFP Day this past weekend. A special thanks go out to tech speakers Aka, Andre, Aya, Depeche, Dewanshi, Hujing, Risky, Yamama, and Yuli. Let's give them a round of applause. And a big thanks as well to all the Mozillians, staff, and contributors who lent a hand in organizing workshops and mentoring new speakers at the Global Diversity CFP Day around the world. We hosted workshops in Berlin, in Vancouver, and participated in Belfast, Melbourne, San Francisco, London, and beyond. Also, many thanks to all of our wonderful add-ons community members who contributed 2 or more patches to an add-on project in the last month. Oriel, Shivam, Trishul, and Suhail. A big thanks to all of our add-ons helpers. With that, we move on to events this week. First, I'd like to call out that Mitchell is at South by Southwest in Austin speaking on hacking the STEM syllabus today. On Wednesday, we have our add-ons Good First Bug triage at 8:30 a.m. Pacific time in the ACE video room. And we also have Homebrew Website Club at 5:30 local times in Nuremberg, virtually in the EU, in New York, virtually in the Americas, and in San Francisco. There's a link in the wiki with details and RSVP. I think that's it for events. Next, we move on to our speakers. And the first speaker up today is actually me. I was earliest to get my update into the wiki, coming to you with the weekly Firefox update. Firefox 65.0.2 is our current stable release. This release went out last Thursday and addresses an issue with geolocation services on Windows. Firefox 66 is in the beta channel, and it ships to our stable release on March 19th. That's coming up pretty quickly. Our final 2 betas, 13 and 14, go out this week, Tuesday and Friday. Over the last week, we've uplifted about 50 fixes from nightly to beta, including a frequently reported issue with PDF printing. Firefox 67 is in the nightly channel, and it ships to our stable release on May 14th. Over the last week, there have been nearly 600 bugs resolved. And some of the notable ones are these. Firefox on Windows will now automatically unload tabs in low memory situations. Tabs are discarded in least recently used order. First to be discarded are your regular tabs if you're in low memory situations, then pin tabs, then tabs playing audio, then pin tabs playing audio. This is sort of a preference to preserve your pin tabs and anything that's playing audio and not discard those tabs. For quick access to saved logins, the Password Manager autocomplete pop-up now has a View Saved Logins item. So right there in the pop-up, you can get to all your saved logins. A couple of updates to Gecko View. Gecko View now allows embedders to load web extensions such as content scripts. This may be used by Gecko View apps for features like ad blocking and reader mode. Gecko View also has an API for taking screenshots, and this might be used for adding screenshots to the Phoenix tabs tray. Push notifications now require a secure context in Firefox. This brings Firefox in line with Chrome and helps to advance a more secure web. Firefox also now syncs the options to block crypto miners and fingerprinters. As we add new features and those features come with preferences, we like to sync those preferences. Gecko has support for capping the max lifetime of client-side cookies. This is a feature that Safari has, and it may be useful for sites that begin to work around tracker cookie blocking. Firefox now includes an About Compat page, which lists active site patches. Type in About Compat into your address bar, and you can see where Firefox's Web Compat System add-on is doing work to make sure that the web renders properly in Firefox. And last but not least, a 17-year-old bug was fixed by Boris Zabarsky. I like to bring it up when these ancient bugs are fixed. Document.open no longer adds session history entries. And with that, we move on to our weekly minute with Andrew Krug coming to you via video.
It's time for the Weekly Minute Update, where we tell you all the things IT is doing to help Mozillians in their mission worldwide to keep the web a global public resource open and accessible to all. In case you can't tell, I'm in Berlin this week following the Mozilla Culture of Experimentation workshop last week. My personal feedback is a strong 2 thumbs up. This week is week number 3 of the event board experiments, which are running in the Paris, London, and Berlin offices. I got to check out these new features firsthand today, and they're pretty cool. You can share your feedback for these changes in the #eventboard_experiment channel on Slack. Also in AV Ops, this is the last week to complete the survey on Air Mozilla. If you're watching this on Air Mozilla, please take the survey and give your honest feedback on the user experience prior to Friday. That link is below and also available in the #Air Mozilla channel. Our final update is near and dear to me. It's an update from the Mozilla Identity and Access Management Project. Last week, the IAM team, which is a cross-org team made up of enterprise information security and open innovation team members, rolled out a feature called login deratcheting. This is the biggest change to the authentication system in some time. By leveraging a new system of security signals and indicators, you're no longer required to log in with specific identity providers. In fact, this change now allows users to decide if they'd like to sign into web properties like Common Voice and Discourse with 1FA or 2FA-based login. There's a lot to understand about these user flows, but the TLDR is that participation should increase on these properties without trade-offs for high-security web properties. More information is available on the Discourse post here. Thanks to all who were involved. That's the minute, and you'll see a very tired version of me next week.
Thank you, Andrew. Next up, we have Greg Fodor with the Emerging Technologies Weekly Update.
Morning, everyone. Got a bunch of updates from our mixed reality group in ET to share with you. So first was last week at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona, Microsoft announced its partnership with us to bring Firefox Reality to the HoloLens 2. The prototype browser is expected to be complete this summer, and it will work on the original HoloLens as well as the HoloLens 2. And while Firefox Reality won't be the only browser on HoloLens, the announcement signals a larger commitment to openness by Microsoft. Importantly, the move continues Mozilla's momentum in bringing the immersive web to a variety of platforms and devices. In December, our mixed reality team released a preview of Firefox Reality on the Magic Leap 1 AR headset. And at last month's CES, we announced Firefox Reality as the default for all HTC Vive headsets. So great press coverage around all of these announcements, and many thanks to VDM Marketing for that as well. We also recently highlighted that Firefox Reality added a cinema mode to maximize the enjoyment of video entertainment when you're in VR. But you may not know that the mixed reality team also curates a steady stream of 360 video content you can access directly through Firefox Reality. You can find all sorts of great new content showcased every week, like the Apollo 11 moonwalk, a tour of the Wadi Rum Desert in Jordan, the Bat Immersive Lego Batman experience, and creative features like Crow the Legend and the Water Bear series. And you can play Jingle Smash, the WebVR game our DevRel team created as a way of showing developers how to create interactive experiences in WebVR. Last week also brought a number of big improvements to hubs. First, we added support for Google Cardboard, so you can use your Google Cardboard to peek into rooms and hubs using your phone as a low-cost headset option. This was a common request from folks who are looking to use hubs in environments that don't have access necessarily to high-end AR hardware like schools. We also added the ability to search the web for content to bring to hubs, 3D content, 2D content, without leaving the app. And so this makes it possible to quickly surface and share stuff across the internet at the speed of thought, which we've found to be a very fun and easy way to communicate in VR as avatars. Finally, now when you visit hubs, you'll actually be greeted with some onboarding tips, which can teach you all the tips and tricks around getting around, sharing media, connecting with others in hubs. So, if you've tried hubs before and you've been kind of scratching your head about how to get started, these new tips should help a lot with understanding all the controls and how to get around. So we definitely encourage you to take hubs for another spin if you haven't already. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. And next up, we have Marshall Irwin from Trust and Security with our monthly security nudge.
Hey, so today I'm announcing a new security initiative from the Trust and Security team in partnership with the Enterprise Security team. So we've got a ton of security guidance, security policy on the Mana page, various places that can be super useful to all of you. The problem we have, though, is people don't always know where to find it or exactly what that guidance is, and the security nudge is intended to address that. So this is going to be a monthly security related email that you guys are going to see on a new topic every month that just basically provides some of that simple guidance in a really usable format. So two things I want you all to do. First, you'll see this for the first time this week. Read the email. Like I said, we're going to write it to make it super relatable. Maybe every once in a while it'll be funny. And so give it 2 minutes. And then file it away and keep it somewhere for reference so that this is going to be an easy tool. When you end up needing help, you can refer back to these emails just to provide the quick guidance that you need. So tomorrow we're going to send the first security nudge email. It's going to focus on incident response. Incident response is one of the most important things that we can do to protect our employees and to protect our users. So the email is going to show you kind of just quickly what is a security incident and how should you respond when you think you're in the middle of a security incident. So expect to see that tomorrow, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Marshall. Quick reload to see if anyone else made it onto the agenda. It doesn't look like it. With that, we will move on to saying hello to some new Mozillians. We have some introductions. The first one is Mark Edwards coming to us in San Francisco.
Hi, I'm Mark Edwards. I lead the IT PMO. I have two people I want to introduce today. The first one is in Portland. It's Bridget Levine.
Hello.
Bridget's coming to us as a program manager for customer operations program. Her experience as an agile product owner, senior program manager, has been at Portland General Electric and Wells Fargo. So we're very excited to have the agile experience on our team. She'll be working out of the Portland office and actually knows a lot of people there because she's been to many of the open house events. So that's like a great connection. When she's not working, she enjoys skiing, cooking, gardening, traveling, and watching the Portland Trailblazers.
Welcome, Bridget.
Second program manager is Lonnie Sanders. He's in Mountain View today. He works out of the SFO office, but will be down there as he is supporting the AV Ops and conferencing program. Lonnie is also a senior program manager with experience across all different areas of IT operations. He's worked with Kaiser, Adobe, IBM, Visa, PayPal, and Salesforce as a principal consultant. He also brings a wealth of experience with ramping up agile teams, which is part of the transformation that we're going through. He enjoys skiing, mixing, listening to music, and spending time with his family.
Welcome, Lon.
Welcome.
Next up, we have Carolyn with a Pocket introduction.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to introduce today Jack Hansley, who is our new Pocket Audience Development Manager. He's going to be based in New York City, specifically in Brooklyn, so working remote. And Jack to us from Vice Media, where he was Director of Audience there. And he's going to be finding and building audiences for all of Pocket's great content recommendations, including in the new tab and Pocket Hits email and all of our different recommendation channels. So welcome, Jack.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, it was a quick one. That's it for this week's Mozilla Project Update. I hope to see you all next Monday for another project update. Until then, keep on rocking the free web.